following program is rated MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
This week on the 5-Minute Warning.
I have such a smart daughter that she was like, I understand. Like she got what I was saying. I'm like, look, I'm not trying to insult you. I just want you to know that anytime you start an argument with I feel, just shut the fuck up because your feelings are not facts.
Show that gives you everything and nothing at all. That's everywhere you don't want to be. It's Ruben, Mo B, and on the ones and twos, AG.
The 5-Minute Warning.
Welcome everyone to a brand new episode of 5-Minute Warning. Once again, always, it's your man, Ruben, up in the house, doing what I do. And of course, with me, always the usual suspects. I got AG.
What's happening, y'all? How you doing?
And Mo B.
What's going on, y'all?
Yo, man, let's just get this over with, bro. We did that shit.
You did? It's impressive.
Did that shit. We did that shit last Sunday. We did that shit yesterday. And now we gotta have to do that shit next Sunday. And
hey man, I'm gonna need you to take a pause for a minute. Like, we got bigger issues at hand right now. Like, Baltimore is losing to Buffalo right now. And I know this should not be a big issue, but I feel like the three of us should be making a bigger deal out of this, because do y'all realize we have a chance to go full quarter black? If Baltimore wins, every quarterback left will be black. We can go.
I didn't even think about
black.
that. I did not even think about that.
We need Baltimore just fumbled and gave Buffalo the ball back. But we need Baltimore to come through so we can go full quarter black.
8 minutes left.
Well,
I mean, hey,
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that.
I ain't got nothing against Josh Allen. And it's just like, hey, we ain't never been full quarter black with the final four quarterbacks. Never.
Yeah, it'd be a guarantee that both quarterbacks would be black. I never even thought of that until you just said it.
a guaranteed black quarterback champion.
Although I was thinking about, why are you wearing a Cincinnati Reds hat?
Man,
Barry Larkin, probably.
Are you a Larkin fan?
I was, yeah. Actually,
okay.
He wasn't even my favorite player on that team at the time.
Who was?
I like the white third baseman named Chris Sabo. He used to play with goggles on and shit.
Yeah, I remember him.
Because I played third base, so, you know.
Was he on that championship team in 90?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
No. He was.
Was he?
On that team. I don't think he was a starting third baseman, though, but he was on the team, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't remember him being the starting third baseman for that team. But then again, I mean,
All I remember was those glasses.
nobody knows who third baseman are.
That's not true.
I mean, there are not many of good ones. Or
I mean,
ones that would be considered Hall of Fame worthy.
Nettles, Robinson. I mean, come on, man. What are you doing?
I said not many. I didn't say there weren't any. I mean, you named two. Great. But
I'm not a
been-
baseball fan. I do
there
like
been
baseball, but
millions of third baseman.
Okay.
Yeah, playing baseball, and we can name two. So I mean, I'm like, there's just not a lot of them. I mean, I don't necessarily know why. I mean, I couldn't tell you, but you know, well, hopefully, you know, we can get that fourth quarter black in here, so we can, you know, darken the final four of the NFL. Darkness.
Once again, I ain't trying to proactively root against the white guy. That's not what I'm rooting against. I ain't got no beef with Josh Allen. I do have beef with some of his fans, but I don't have no beef with Josh Allen. It's just like this is bigger than him, man. This is full quarter black. We've had white quarterbacks forever. We need a full quarter black for the championship game.
I mean, so would it be right in saying, you know, here they go, always messing up the good shit?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but you know what? I guess
You can't really say that in this point though, because Lamar's done a lot to help mess this up.
True. And you know, honestly, you know, we can't be bitching about them taking affirmative action away and we not allowing Josh Allen to be the affirmative action for the quarterback right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's qualified. He's qualified to be a championship. He's qualified to be a championship quarterback. It's just, you know, we got an opportunity to go full quarter black, man. Like, you know.
You know, I tell you, I got to come clean because I'm not being fair. All this week when they was talking about, you know, before the MVP votes were handed in and counted, I was a little salty because I felt like Josh Allen was being touted as an MVP for everything he's done, in which all of those things are facts. I'm not disputing that. But what bothered me was it's like, wait a minute. Haven't you been saying for years how you can't win doing this stuff? So a white dude does it and all of a sudden it's MVP worthy? I mean, I understand that R&B music sounds so much better when a white guy does it or a white woman does it, but I didn't think it mattered in sports until now. Because I'm like, wait a minute. Josh Allen plays football at the quarterback position like black people play, you know, quarterback, you know, but it was always the narrative that you can't win that way. We need a Tom Brady.
There's not a lot of difference in the way he plays and the way Cam Newton plays.
It's not. They're the same people.
It's not a lot different. Except for the fact that Josh Allen traditionally has had better weapons than Cam Newton had in his career. Because Cam Newton played with Steve Smith and some dudes.
Yeah, true enough. Like I said, man, I was a little salty about that. I was hoping that Lamar Jackson would win MVP at least. Because I don't trust him in situations like he's in now. Because I was like, man, don't get this dude an award for that. But that's not fair. That's not fair. It was bad of me, and I admit that.
I still think Lamar Jackson had a better season than him, like in every aspect, statistically and everything this year.
Well, he did, but based on what we'd like, I mean, this is in general now, based on what we like quarterbacks to be, which is raise the level of the talent that you have, he kind of did that.
No, absolutely. Look, I ain't mad if Josh Allen gets MVP. It's well deserved either way. But when people are like, he's playing quarterback better than Lamar, I'm just like,
well, see, I
can't say that.
A lot of people do, and that's the part that makes me salty because I'm like, but when a white guy does it, it just sounds better. So I'm just saying, white is right. Seems that way. So, just thought I'd bring it up. My bad.
I mean, I just feel like, because it's funny, my young brother and I were having this conversation. And, you know, if you look at stats, Lamar's destroying him without question. And then you look at competition, you know, it's different. Because I think what happened was nobody was talking about Josh Allen winning an MVP until he went on that 3-game tear in which he beat Detroit and he beat Kansas City and he lost to the Rams. But he went through a tear of just offensive killing. And I think that some people then start living in that moment. And then, because when you peel back other things, it's like, okay, yeah, he played obviously the top 2 seeds, beat them. I get it. But he also had to play 6 games against the AFC East. Bruh. Like, I mean, like, that's not even competition.
Well, I just know Lamar's not helping his case because he always seems to come up short in the playoffs. So.
Well, yeah, and I mean, you know, all I'm saying is that award's not a playoff award. You know, that is a regular season award.
I mean, look, Lamar Jackson is. I mean, it's gonna sound like a weird comparison, but like, for all intents and purposes, man, Lamar Jackson is the new Peyton Manning. Like, great regular season quarterback, and then in the playoffs, it just doesn't seem to happen.
I got a better one than Peyton Manning. He is the AFC Dak Prescott.
No. I can't give you that.
No, Lamar Jackson. No, they're not the same. They're not the same.
Because Peyton Manning was winning MVPs and stuff, and just, you know, losing to Brady in the playoffs. Like, Dak Prescott is not any. That's just you want. Don't compare him to somebody.
So you sit here and say that
statistically that's not accurate. Like level of play that's not accurate. Like Dak Prescott's won how many MVPs?
Oh, he's won none.
Exactly. I compare Lamar to somebody who's won MVPs, who's considered a top 2 or 3 quarterback in the NFL. Dak is none of these things. You just threw out, I'm going to throw this hating ass nigga statement out here because I don't like that.
But Dak has thrown for 5,000 yards twice and lost in the first round of playoffs.
Again, we ain't talking about just one statistic. I'm saying Peyton Manning had won MVPs and was regarded without question as one of the 2 best quarterbacks in the NFL, even though he hadn't had playoff success. Dak Prescott is neither one of those things. Nobody has ever considered Dak Prescott a top 2 quarterback or MVP.
Well, so the MVP, yes. A top tier quarterback, I disagree on that.
I didn't say top tier. I said top 2.
Well, top tier to me is 1 there was never a time in which people thought Dak Prescott was one of the top 2 quarterbacks in the NFL. You crazy in your face.
Name me 1 year where they said Dak Prescott.
The 2 years he threw for over 5,000 yards, they thought he was.
And he didn't even finish in the top 5 in MVP voting those years. So nobody considered him a top 2 quarterback. They considered him having a good year.
If you listen to Dan enough, Dan would say Dak Prescott's been the best quarterback.
Dan Orlovsky hasn't found a quarterback's dick he didn't want to suck.
You had to call out his full government name now.
I'm just saying.
Dan. It could have been any Dan. It could have been Dan down the street.
We know what Dan you're talking about. He hasn't found a quarterback that and this is not a shade to Dan. He played the quarterback position, so he knows how difficult it was because he wasn't very effective at it in the NFL level. So he knows how difficult it is. So he's constantly a quarterback defender. So I ain't mad at him for that. But it's rare that Dan will say anything negative about quarterback play. This man tried to convince us for a long time that Carson Wentz was a top tier quarterback. Even though Carson Wentz kept playing badly, he still would not get off of that hill. He was willing to down that hill every goddamn Sunday. So anybody who wants to down that hill, I'm not listening to what you have to say about your quarterback analysis. So if he says Dak Prescott was a top 2 quarterback, I'm gonna say, nah, man. You just really like quarterbacks' penises. That's just really what you about. It's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Quarterback penises.
Those are the dicks you choose to suck.
And look at AG. AG's over here cringing, man.
No, I want him to be able to talk without me laughing over him so often because he's not wrong. He's sort of kind of wrong because I've seen Orlovsky say some things about quarterbacks as I feel is untrue.
He's criticized quarterback, but overall, he's never going to be the guy that bashes your quarterback. It's just not what he does.
And that's why I'm disagreeing with it because it depends on the quarterback you're talking about. He has his favorites. Like when y'all talk about Collinsworth, he has his favorites. So, and I have seen him say some very unfair things about people, and I'm like, bro, really? But he strikes me the wrong way. Don't really like him. I can't really argue with him because I've never played the quarterback position at any level. But there are some things that he said and just his overall holier than thou vibe, I don't really get down with. So anyway, but I'm not cringing. I just want him to get it out and not laugh over him because it's funny.
So, next week is Commanders and Eagles, round 3.
That's right. Did y'all beat them twice in the regular season? Or is it
they beat us the first time, we beat them the second time.
Oh, okay. Well, so anyway, congratulations, though.
The rubber match.
That's a vast improvement.
A couple things, then we'll move on. First of all, I'd like to say that, stat-wise, thanks to the Commanders, the NFC North, who got 3 teams in, were a complete 0-3 in the playoffs. And, they pretty much had some of the best records. And they all shit the bed. So, that's one thing. Number 2, because Commanders won yesterday, now they broke the all-time streak. Well, they broke the streak of being in the NFC Championship game for the longest drought. And I'd like to say congratulations to Dallas. It is yours now. 29 seasons. Have it.
I want to say something so crass, so bad, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to stoop to your level. And actually, I shouldn't feel this way because it's actually true. So,
I mean, yeah, I'm not lying over here.
Absolutely not.
I'd like to personally go on record, go on wax, and thank Dallas for Jerry Jones being a shitty owner and allowing his defensive coordinator and his defensive assistant to become Commanders. And thank you for changing, our culture and allowing us to believe that we are worth for shit. So thank you, Dan Quinn. And on top of all that, apparently, what's his name, the defensive coordinator, he is also getting jobs to be head coach, which is already insane. And yeah.
Who are you talking about now?
What's his name? The defensive coordinator for the Commanders. Witt, Joe Witt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was Ken Norton Jr. Okay, good.
No. Now, but what I did hear is if he does get that job, there's somebody else who works for Dallas who they're going to pull to be defense coordinator for Washington. So fun times on that shit. And it won't be your defensive coordinator, which I believe he got fired. So, but yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm happy and I'm not going to hate on it. I'm going to bask in it. And, Jaden has gotten us this far. I believe. Why not? Anywhere, anytime, any place. That's the logo. I mean, that's the mantra for, the Commander. So let's go. I may be crying next week. I might be uncontrollable because of the happiness that I feel. The guarantee is one of those things are going to happen. So, with that being said, let's get into what we're here about today. So the question of the week is, how do you motivate yourself? We did have one person send us an answer on how they motivate themselves. And it's Jay Gritty Green from Taking No Shorts podcast, which is on Fridays at 8:25 CP time, Eastern Standard Time. And he says, the biggest motivating factor for him was, his kids and his kids can't go back to no heat and welfare, and, you ever try to pass that shit? That's exactly what he said on it. Hey, he had a poop emoji. But clearly what motivates him is the fact that he's been to a place that he doesn't want to go back to. So he's like, I ain't never going back. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure we don't go back. So that's awesome. AG, what do you use to motivate yourself? Or how do you motivate yourself when you need to get some shit done and it's just like, you just ain't feeling it?
Same thing, Jay Grizz. I don't have kids, I have a wife. But usually it's because my wife asked me to do something and I've been lazy about it and I don't want to be by myself because enough lazy will get you by yourself.
That's true.
And if there's some money we need or there's a certain lifestyle I want her to have based on where we are, got to get it done. It's just that simple. I don't really have, without her, I don't really have a lot of like general motivation about like everything. But I do think when I got married, I did think differently about stuff. It's like, well, you probably need to do that. You need to think about this, you need to think about that. And, it's the same answer. I shouldn't even have to say anything. It's the same answer. I mean, he has kids and that's the difference, but your wife is kind of probably the same thing. So that motivates me in a big way. I don't know a thing. There's only one thing that she doesn't, like my motivation to do has nothing to do with her. Everything else does.
Which is?
Like when I get on this podcast, that has nothing to do with her at all. So
It's your internal motivation to be you?
to be me, I don't have to not be
all right.
me. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, because you said, this is the only thing the podcast thing, regardless of which way we're looking at it.
Well, see, that's where
You don't need her to motivate you for that.
No, but you do.
Oh.
Because it's like it's a responsibility. It's a job for me. It's like it's borderline not fun. Because it's like I know I have to do this. So I'm up for it. No matter how I feel, I'm up for it because I know I'm responsible for it. So unless I'm having mechanical or difficulties, electronic difficulties, or I'm not feeling well, I'm here. So it's kind of like that. It's not like I want to be here. Boom. It's like no, it's a responsibility. Like when I have to go and do the podcast after the fact, it's like, okay, I have a responsibility for this. I need to do this and do it well. Those things she has nothing to do with. Everything else, I promise you, literally everything else, it always involves her at the core and whatever else expresses or however else I need to express it. But she is the core of all of that. So again, it's not unlike what Jay Grizz said. In fact, it's the very same. You don't ever want, and I don't want to go back to a bad place. I've never been in a bad place. For me, it's like, I don't want to create a bad place where there was none. I don't want you to be misrepresented when you don't need to be misrepresented. I don't ever want you to sound like what you sounded like before. I want you to sound the best as you can. So I always get better, and I always try to show up when I can. And the parameters for when I can is sick and technical difficulties. So, I have never been self-motivated to where it's like, very few times have I been self-motivated to the point to where it's like all me. There's something I need to accomplish, and, this is what I'm going to do. That's really hard for me to do. Like, I know people like that can be self-motivated regardless. There's something they want to do and they get it done, period. And it doesn't matter if it affects someone else, good or bad. They just get it done. I have very few times in my life when I was that guy.
Cool. All right. Mo B. Same question. How do you motivate yourself?
I don't.
Or what motivates you?
I don't. I'm not very motivated to do much of anything.
So why do you do it?
I mean, most things that I do based on responsibility, not necessarily motivated. It's a responsibility I feel. I guess I could come and be like super cliche and be like, oh, my kids motivate me, but nah, man, the responsibility of making sure that they have everything that they need and that they are in a better place, that's more of a responsibility than motivation. And I guess what motivates me is responsibility. Like if I weren't responsible for shit, I wouldn't be motivated to do shit. And that might sound bad, but like if I just ain't got it in me to bullshit and act like I'm some great self-starter that just wants to accomplish and win in life. Like, truth of the matter is, like, nah, man, if I don't feel some sense of responsibility towards it, I'm probably not going to be motivated towards it. It's probably a character flaw, but
no, it's not. Or no, I shouldn't say that because we're the same people. So yeah, it's not. It is kind of a character flaw because there's so many things we could do, but at the same time, it's like, bro, I understand you.
Because, like, man, if somebody asked me one time when I was talking about like places I've worked, and I was like, yeah, I used to work at Food Line and I was working in produce. They was like, oh man, blah, 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 I never. And I was just like, man, I loved working at Food Line and produce, man. I was chilling. It was like, it wasn't much to do. I was happy going to work to do it. You know what I'm saying? But like, oh man, you weren't making no money. I'm like, yeah, but that's not what motivated me about it. It was like, I had enough at the time. I didn't have a shit ton of responsibilities at the time, but myself. And that was enough. the more responsibilities I had, the more I had to be motivated to take care of those responsibilities. But if I ain't have shit, like if I ain't have shit that I had to take care of, oh man, I'd be chilling. Like I could be perfect. You know what? I'm like the Bill Cosby scene when he was talking to Theo, when Theo was like, what if I just want to work at a gas station, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like I was that guy. Like I'm perfectly content being that guy. And you know, Bill had to put it in perspective, like, hey, you're gonna have a girlfriend, I'm like, okay, see, once again, those are the things that I gotta be responsible for. But if I ain't gotta be responsible for shit, nah man, I'm cool. If like, you know what I'm saying, as long as I got enough, I'm good.
So let me ask you a question. If you could get some pussy and work at a gas station at the same time, would you try to elevate?
Okay. Here's the thing. No. I have to do the whole here's the thing pause statement here, because like I feel like if I was at a gas station, working at a gas station, I could still get some pussy. Like I don't really feel like now. Maybe the levels, you know, there are levels to this.
Is it really though?
No, I'm just saying, you know, maybe I wouldn't be appealing to a certain demographic of ladies, but I mean, I'm sure I could still look. This is gonna sound terrible, but look, man, there's enough chicks that got low self-esteem that I'd be all right.
That's what I was trying to get at. That's what I was trying to get at.
There's enough people that I could, you know, the bar is so low for some people, and I don't mean that as a negative or insult, but I mean, some people just don't get treated well in general. So like if you could just be respectful, nice, and attentive, I mean you kind of got a shot.
I mean, you're probably in the 60-70 percentile. You really are. I mean, because once especially if they find out you work at a gas station after you've been nice to them.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing, man. I do realize I come from a place of genetic privilege. And what I mean by that is I am over 6 feet tall. I'm saying right there, that does help. I mean, I didn't, you know, back in the day, I wanted to pretend that it was just me and my magnificent game. But I mean, let's be truthful, man. I'm 6'3". I've got distinctive features because I have red hair and freckles. I got a whole bunch of like distinctive shit working for me that makes me stand out. And ain't that really like 50% of the battle right there, just fucking standing out?
You sure it's 50?
It probably is more, but like, once again, I'm still not willing to give all the credit to that. I don't think like you should. I still got some game.
I mean, but see, with you, I feel like you do have game. That's not a question. So I put that over to the side. When you lead with I'm 6'3", there are 50% of the women that you're looking at are like, sign me up. I mean, that's just legit. Because I promise you, from experience, I know it's true. It's just coming from the opposite way. I'm 5'5". That is not impressive at all. So, just saying. And then you add to the fact that you have game. Come on, man. You can work at the gas station, bro. For real.
I also come from a place like, you know, once again, it's I'm thankful for when I grew up too, because I also grew up in a very friendly place for people who were large because of the style. You know what I'm saying? Like we were wearing baggy clothes, and you know, I'm a 6'3" big guy. You know, we're wearing the skinny jeans and the little teeny shirts now. Like it ain't fat guy friendly no more out here in these streets. So like the new age big guys, I be looking at look. And this, once again, I'm trying not to sound like too horrible, but like back in the day, you know, self-esteem issues with women and their weight was a thing. You know what I'm saying? Women really, they still do, you know, women and their weight and a thing. But guys, we didn't really have that. Like we were aware of our weight. You know what I'm saying? If you was a big guy, you was like, hey, I ain't gonna be walking down the street with my titties out. But as far as like being fat shamed for it, there was a lot of big guys out there winning. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't feel like being big was a disqualifier. But now, man, I'm looking at, I'm like, man, with the styles and the fashion and the shit you gotta do now, like shit, man, it had me feeling bad about my size now. Like, how I'm supposed to be in these tight ass jeans? I'm 300 pounds. I gotta be in these tight ass jeans, and my shirt can barely make it to my belt buckle. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the style. Like, look, man, I'm like, yo, man, y'all not living in fat guy friendly times no more, man. The 90s and in the early 2000s, they were fat guy friendly times, man. Like, you could just, the wardrobe, the only thing we worried about as big guys was some little skinny motherfucker taking all the 3X t-shirts. Like, why you 110 pounds, you got a 3X t-shirt on? Say that for us. We need them.
Not wrong. I used to hate that shit.
Bro, every big dude did. Was like, yo, what you doing? Like, what you doing, bro? Like, we need that.
It's kind of like the Ozempic thing all over again, except it was t-shirts. Just saying.
I'm sorry, I'm about to cheer real quick. Quarter black.
Quarter black? I thought they were losing. What's the score now?
It's 25-27. They just scored a touchdown.
Oh, really? Oh, are they going to try to go for two?
If they get 2-point conversion, game tied.
I'm sorry, they messed it. Sorry, Moby.
What?
It was incomplete.
Oh, okay. Well, once again, I had something to cheer for a second. I just saw the score update. Quarter black.
All right.
Actually, Ruben, I think next time you ask a question like that, I think it shouldn't be about motivation as much as it is getting around to discipline. Because discipline doesn't have anything.
That's a completely different question, though.
Well, I mean, motivation is so, they're your feelings, your emotions. But that discipline to do it when you don't want to, whew.
Yeah, and that's a different question. But I understand, yeah.
Damn, the white guy ruined it.
He didn't ruin it. He's doing his job. Come on, man.
Mark Andrews dropped the pass.
Oh, did he? Oh, I'm not watching.
Yeah, it'd have been a 2-point conversion. He catch it. The ball hit him in the lap.
Really?
And he dropped it. And somehow the black guy's still gonna get blamed for the loss.
Well, the black guy's gonna get blamed for the loss.
Lamar Jackson came up short.
He's always gonna be that guy, man. He's got, is it 3 or 4 MVPs at this point?
2.
He got 2. Unless he gets
Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, he only got 2.
I thought he had 2 going into this year.
He hasn't got the third one yet.
Oh, I thought the voting was over.
The voting is over. It's all in, but it won't get done until NFL honors.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. I got you.
So, awesome. Thank you, Moby. As far as motivating myself, I mean, I'm lazy as shit. Like, I got a list of things that I need to do, I want to do, and I would like to do. It depends how I feel, unfortunately. But then there's some things, depending on, I guess, my importance, I'm a little bit more, like as far as, for instance, putting up the podcast when AG sends it to me. I want to get it done.
Is that what you go through?
I do. I'm not even trying to lie. Like, I want to do it on a timely manner. It's just, it all depends on what my life is like at that moment in time. And that's so messed up. Like, and that's why I was saying that, motivation and discipline are way two different things. And we'll probably have a question about discipline and more or less how you discipline yourself. Today won't be that day, but yeah, so like, cause honestly, I'm that dude who will start stuff and not finish it. I'm that guy. And it's so annoying, it's annoying it's annoying in my life, and it's probably annoying to the people it affects, because yeah, sometimes I'm just like that. And all I can do is apologize and say I'll get better, and whatnot. But, as far as motivating me, like, I like to think that I am motivated by myself, but I'm not. Because if I motivated myself, there'd be a lot of changes in my life that, from the obvious, I'd be smaller, So to me that's a life lesson you got to learn yourself, because a lot of people think that they're good motivators and they motivate themselves to go get her done and, you know, be like the brightest light out there in the darkness and shit. And it's like, man, that shit's tiring. You know, and stuff like that. Or, you know, there have been some times where I just get up and like, nope, I ain't doing it. The problem happens when that part of my life goes into my work, my job, and it has before. That's when shit gets unpretty. And, you know, then it becomes a situation where the motivation is not positive. The motivation is there because, hey man, you got to do this so you continue to pay your bills. And trust me, you know, I'd like to motivate some of that shit to the garbage, but I can't, because right now it pays bills. So then I shift other things away. I think I'm a better motivator of people, simply because it doesn't directly affect me. So I'm able to live vicariously through other people. So like, yo, I can hype you up. You know, I can tell you, hey man, you do this, this was gonna happen. I can lead you to that water. And hell, I might even grab your hand and dunk it in it so you'll drink it. But because it doesn't necessarily affect me directly, it is easier for me to do that than, as sometimes y'all have said to me, sometimes I need to take my own advice. So yeah, man, motivation is hard. Motivation is hard until it becomes a necessity. Then I don't believe that's motivation anymore. That is shit you got to do because, you know, that sort of thing. It becomes, it's not I guess it changes from a want to a need. And if you're motivating on wants, that's a lot safer than motivating on needs. Because then you might motivate yourself out of that need that you got, and that's not exactly cool. So, I think deep down, I want something to motivate me. Do I think I can motivate myself when it's all said and done? Yes. But I think that I want something outside of me to motivate me in a positive way. You know, that's kind of where I think I'm at with that. But yeah, that's awesome, guys. I appreciate you sharing. And, you know, maybe somebody who listens to the show will get something out of it. I know I've gotten something out of it today. You know, especially with Mo B, the way his motivation is not really motivation, is, you know, responsibility. And maybe I do need to change a lot of those wants to needs and it might force me to do more needs, so then I'll be free to do my wants. So appreciate it. And I'm sorry, Mo B, you did not get what you were looking for.
I mean, look, man, I was rooting for Quarter Black. It happened, man.
Quarter Black. I love that.
I'm sorry, the Bills won. We did not get Quarter Black.
Once again, I'm not mad that the Bills won. I am kind of mad at how it happened. I'm mad that Mark Andrews dropped the pass that would have tied the game up, because I know the narrative is going to be how Josh Allen outplayed Lamar Jackson, and he threw for,
even though he didn't.
He threw for 127 yards, man, and had 20 rushing yards, and they gonna frame it as he outplayed Lamar Jackson. It's like,
yeah,
niggas just can't win, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's not go there, man, because Lamar did a lot of things on his own to
Once again, Lamar Jackson has played bad in some of these playoff games, but I wouldn't say this was a game he played bad in.
Yeah, when he wasn't turning the ball over, he did play kind of good, but it's like when he wasn't turning the ball over, he threw an interception, he got a fumble. I'm like, bro, you can't do that.
He fumbled, but he had another guy fumble, and he had at least 3 drop passes in this game that he had nothing to do with. So
Absolutely, but I'm just saying,
he does shit. He's culpable. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying
Okay, that's all
he
I'm
got
saying.
here balled by himself and these bums just let him down. I'm just saying, but that's not how the narrative is going to get framed tomorrow. It's going to be like Lamar Jackson comes up short again, and Josh Allen, all-world super MVP, had the greatest performance ever, throwing 127 yards. Like,
Hey, man, when you win, you can make your own narrative, sir, or people will make it for you, and it's always inflated.
and then I feel bad for Josh Allen because he might fuck around and ball out of control next week, and then if they lose to Kansas City, it's going to be like, yep, he just can't get over the Kansas City hump. It's like, well, the last time they played in a big playoff game, he really outplayed Patrick Mahomes. He just can't help it his defense couldn't hold up for 13 seconds.
So 2 things on this, and we'll move from this. One, yo, man, ESPN is savage, bro. Those cats are savage, man. Literally on the front page of ESPN.com is a picture / video of Mark Andrews dropping that 2-point conversion. Yo, that's savage.
I mean, that's
Is
what
it savage or is it factual?
It's both.
It sucks because Mark Andrews is a great player, and you know what I'm saying. It sucks that everybody's gonna be like he cost him the game because even if he makes the 2-point conversion, Buffalo's got 1 minute and 30 seconds left. They might fuck around and come kick a field goal anyway.
Yeah. So, but the thing about it is, what's fucked up about it is there's the score above. There's him dropping that 2-point conversion, and underneath it says Mark Andrews brutal drop dooms Ravens after clutch TD, and it's like
it's a factual statement.
Hold on. Once again, I understand it's a factual statement, but damn, bro, I mean, let the motherfucker get his gear off. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's savage because it's like, I mean, yeah, you really did that shit. We gonna just go ahead and get it over with now, so it don't pop up later on in the day. Nah, we're gonna just say, here you go, Baltimore. This is who you blame your loss on, and it's sad.
They was gonna do that anyway, and it's gonna be enough people blaming everybody. Like, the fact of the matter is, Buffalo won, they lost. Like, that's just what it is. We all in the black community lost because we didn't get a chance to do quarter black next week. You know what I'm saying? There's no shade to Josh Allen, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you might be the coolest dude. Like, hell, you might even be invited to the cookout. But, we just know, like, we just wanted one cookout to ourselves. We just wanted one quarter black weekend. That's all I wanted. I just wanted a full weekend of quarter blacking.
But think about it this way. It is a guarantee that a black quarterback will be in the Super Bowl.
Once again, it feels like that anyway as long as Patrick Mahomes exists. You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is, with
and we've had two black quarterbacks play each other in the Super Bowl. That's why that wasn't the accomplishment. I wanted a full weekend of championship quarterblacking. That's all. Next weekend could have been championship quarterblacking. That could have been the headline. Championship quarterblacking. We would have had a Jalen and a Jaden. Think about that. Once again, a Jalen, a Jaden, and a Lamar, all in the same. Like, Patrick, we just have to give him a pass. Like, hey, look, you had to have at least one passable name. But we'd have a Jaden, a Jalen, and a Lamar in a quarter black festival.
Wow.
He ain't wrong. I never even thought of that angle, but he is not wrong.
I mean, I'm not, man. It's just,
I'm just saying, it's bad enough we're going to have Trump inauguration on MLK Day. We couldn't get the next fucking weekend. We couldn't get a quarter blacking weekend. Josh Allen couldn't take this one for the black community. He could just be like, hey, man, you know what? Just out of tribute for the fact that I play like all the black quarterbacks that used to get criticized for decades. I'm gonna let y'all have this quarter blacking weekend next weekend.
Not his job, sir.
I know it's not his job, and I'm not mad at him. Hey, celebrate. You know what I'm saying? Long hair, don't care, Josh Allen. Go do your thing. I'm just saying, man. We did kind of lose though. We lost the quarter black invitational.
Well, I mean, and I hate to say it like this, but I am gonna say it like this. We still got a chance to keep the white dude out.
Here's the thing, man. At this point in time, I don't even care now, because there's nothing that can happen now that hasn't already happened before. I'm always a fan of like rooting for new history. Like, there's never been a championship weekend where it was 4 black quarterbacks. We've seen a Super Bowl where it was 2 black quarterbacks.
However, we have not seen a Super Bowl where there is a rookie quarterback.
I thought Dan Marino did that.
Yes, he did.
A black rookie quarterback.
Oh, okay.
He hadn't put enough caveats in, so.
Sorry, my bad. I forgot to put the color caveat in. But so,
Hey, quarter blacking matters, man. All right.
I mean, it mattered today.
Quarter blacks matter, okay?
I mean, the 3 in there does. The other one ain't shit. We kicking him out the club.
Nah, man, I ain't mad at Josh Allen. Josh Allen is... Look, Josh Allen is what America needs, man. Look, man, I truly believe in sports, man. If there's not at least one white person carrying the torch for white America, we all suffer.
He's not wrong. He is not wrong.
We all suffer. There has to be at least one white person carrying the flame for all of them.
Well, next week we'll find out if that one white person exists. I doubt it, but hey, in these playoffs, you never know what's up. So I'd like to talk about 2 things real quick, and then we'll go ahead and be out for the night. First of all, they shut down TikTok, made a whole bunch of people suffer for like 6 hours, and then they brought it back. And now you got the president-elect talking about we gotta save TikTok. First of all, it was your people that tried to kill it.
No, actually, it was him too.
Yeah, because it's owned by China and they're doing all this stuff. You know what? So what? Maybe they are, but you don't think Facebook's doing that shit? You don't think X doing that shit?
Right.
Like, I mean, come on, man.
I'm gonna let you get into this, but the reason I kind of rolled my eyes when you said that, like, not even an hour before this show started, I got in my first real life debate with a 14-year-old girl about TikTok. like my daughter was like full-fledged fight the power about TikTok.
Fight the power. I'm so sorry. That was
funny. and part of me, like, I don't know when it happened. I don't know when I became this person, but I was just like, your generation's stupid. And when I said it, like, I then I had to correct myself, because I'm just like, look, I get it. To her, this is like the most important thing in her life right now. And she was like, Trump just did it because he's trying to get popular appeal back, and he knows that by bringing TikTok back, people. I'm like, yeah, it works. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not arguing with you. You're right. It works. And then she was like, and they're worried about China and that being a threat to national security, but they're not worried about gun violence and all this. And I'm just like, yo, 2 things can be true at the same time. Like, what are we arguing about, man? And then she was like, and nobody wants to get on Facebook and Instagram because Zuckerberg and Elon Musk control the algorithm negatively. And I'm just like, pause. The algorithm controls itself. And I'm tired of your generation feeling like there's some mastermind back out here controlling the fucking algorithm. You know who controls the algorithm? AI. You know who controls AI? AI. We've programmed it to do such. Like, we ain't making the decisions no more. I'm like, look, I know you don't understand what's happening, but to people our age, we fucking seen Terminator. We know what's happening. You guys don't.
And we made Terminator.
and then she was like, but she starts using words like oligarchy, and I was just like, whoa. whoa. And here's the thing. I'm kind of proud of her because she can actually define what oligarchy is. She can do all that stuff. But then I was just like, yeah, but you still full of shit because y'all protesting TikTok. Like, TikTok is the thing that is the most important. And I was like, what can TikTok do that YouTube Shorts, Instagram, any of the other social media platforms y'all still have readily available can't do? And she was just like, but we don't want to do that because those are controlled by, like, we've already established that those are controlled by AI algorithms, which are the exact same.
Which controls TikTok?
I'm like, yeah, exactly. TikTok's algorithm is no fucking different. It's the same. I said the whole point of the algorithm is to make sure you motherfuckers are addicted to it. That's what the algorithm is. The algorithm basically says, hey, you haven't touched me in like 15 seconds. What's going on?
15 seconds.
How can I figure? You know what it is? The algorithm is basically just a fine ass woman that walks in the room. She's like, hey, not enough people are paying attention to me. Not enough people are paying attention to me. How can I get more people to pay attention to me? Hey, do I need to show some titties? You'll pay attention to me, right? What if I shake my ass a little bit? You'll pay attention, right? Hey, see this twerk video? See this twerk video? See this dance? You know, like, that's all the algorithm is. I'm like, and she was like, but people in my generation, we just feel like that's all we have. And I'm like, that's what everybody who's addicted to any drug feels like. You feel like that drug is the only thing you have. People with gambling addictions feel like that's the only thing they have. People with drug addictions feel like that's the only thing they have. People with sex addictions feel like that's the only thing they have. I'm like, you're fucking fiend. That's what you are. Your generation are social media fiends. It's okay. It's not even your fault. And she was like, but they're worried about that and not gun violence. And I'm just like, hey, I can show you empirical evidence that social media is just as dangerous and violent and harmful for your generation as a fucking pistol is. However, you don't want to hear that because you fucking love social media and you can't give it up. I said, I can take your money away. I can take your clothes away. I can take your food away and you'll pout. I take your phone away, you'll lose your fucking mind.
You're not wrong. That's hilarious.
You know, Ruben, you should end the show on that. I'm just saying, bro. Good gravy. That was hilarious. You just undressed her like that.
But here's the thing. I have such a smart daughter that she was like, I understand. Like, she got what I was saying. I'm like, look, I'm not trying to insult you. I just want you to know that anytime you start an argument with I feel, just shut the fuck up because your feelings are not facts. Like, anytime somebody starts an argument saying I feel, just stop talking. Because there's nothing you're going to do that's going to prove that feeling is incorrect. Because the feeling can be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't change. I said, I can feel like you hate me. Do you hate me? And she was like, no. I said, but every time you yell at me, I feel like, and she's like, but I don't hate you. And I said, yeah, but when you roll your eyes at me, I feel it. And we did it like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, you see, there's nothing you can do to convince me that my feeling is wrong.
Sir, I would have paid money to see that. I'm saying I would have paid good money to see that.
And I was just like, look, I can be on your side. I think the TikTok ban was stupid too. The only difference is I'm not invested in the drug. You know what I'm saying? Like when I see a crackhead fiending and shaking down the street, I don't go, oh man, why'd we take their crack away? I go, man, I wish they weren't addicted to that crack. Same way when they took away TikTok for like 12 hours and motherfuckers was freaking out, I wasn't thinking, man, it's fucked up that they took away TikTok. I was thinking, man, it's fucked up that y'all can't exist for 12 hours without this shit. Like this, that bothers me way more than taking it away.
Oh shit, that's hilarious. Oh my god.
I'm sorry. It's just so funny you brought it up because I'm just like, I had a real, and it was weird because like I've never felt like I was attacking my daughter before, but I was like, man, I'm really like verbally going at her, but she's smart enough and, I'd say she's smart enough and mature enough to realize I'm not attacking you. I'm just really challenging your very, very, very small viewpoint of life. Like just that. I'm like, look, your generation.
Your 14 years of life ain't shit.
And the thing is, I'm like, look, this is all you know. So I'm not mad at you for all you know. I said, our generation has the unfortunate and fortunate, responsibility of we remember when this shit didn't exist, and now we know how it is with it. So like the idea of it not being here, is it scary? In many ways, we're like, man, weren't those good times? Like you remember when you could leave your fucking house and nobody could get in contact with you? You know what I'm saying? Like you had to come home and they had to leave you a message on this outdated answering machine like service that you did some weird song playing in the background. Hey, I ain't here right now. Leave me a message and I get back with you. Or you had the people who thought it was so funny to act like it was them answering the phone. Hello? Hello?
I ain't here, bitch. What's up?
I ain't here right now. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, I remember that. and the nostalgia kicks in. I'm just like, man, I wish somebody told us we were in the best times when we were in the best times.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our segment, Black in the Day. So, with that being said, I forgot the other thing I was going to talk about, so we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. I'm taking AG's suggestion because I can't do better than that, and I'm not going to try. So, with that being said, I'd like to thank everybody who listened to us live today. Thank you to everybody who listens to us on the podcast when it comes out on Friday. Friday mornings. That way you can drive to work and listen to us. That's right. We are here live Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you know what? We always bring in the cool stuff. We got a lot of changes happening, which I'll talk about in the upcoming weeks. But it's an exciting time for 5 Minute Warning right now. So I'm glad that you're here on this ride with us. So with that being said, I'd like to thank Moby. I'd like to thank AG once again for being here with me today. I'd like to thank those who listen to us live. I'd like to thank those who listen to us later. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit us with the 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, whatever. I'm not going to do the Ramani Jones thing because that's very cool, and I'm not going to steal from him today. Basically saying, if you give us a 4, I will...
I'm inclined to believe you're a hater.
I am inclined to believe you're a hater. And I'm not going to do that because that's that man shit. So, with that being said, hey, everybody, have a great week. We will see you next Sunday. And once again, peace, love, hair grease, soul, and deuces.
Email us at 5minutewarning19@gmail.com. And also leave comments on Facebook and Twitch. Search 5 Minute Warning. Contact us on Twitter at AG_FMW podcast, at Newsman25, at FMW 2019. Contact us on Instagram, Moby 5 Minute Warning, AG_5 Minute Warning, Newsman25. You can listen to the podcast at Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of
The 5 Minute Warning.